And then are you all okay with, alrighty then, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you all so much for joining us for our first CASP Academic Year Kickoff student performance. I'm very happy to introduce our two performers for today, Lizzeth and Lawrence. I'll go ahead and pass it on to them to introduce themselves. If you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, just your name, your year, what college you're in, your major, and what's your affiliation with the CASP team. Lizzeth, I'll have you go.
Hi, I am Lizzeth Serna. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am a junior at UCSD. I'm a theater major with a minor in business, and I am CASP's Cohort 2018, and I'm also a CASP peer leader.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lawrence. I'm an upcoming third-year student. I am also a CASP Cohort 2018. My major is media, and I'm also a minor in environmental science. And my pronouns are he, him, his.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for introducing yourselves. And then to introduce myself, hello everyone. My name is Kimberly. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and I am the office manager for the CASP team. So to get us all started, we're going to go ahead and show a pre-recorded performance brought to you by Lizzeth and Lawrence named OMNI. While we're getting all that queued up, Lawrence, would you like to share a little bit more about like OMNI and what the inspiration was behind it and why you started this project?
So OMNI was essentially a final for one of my classes, which I think was Viz 174. And the title is called OMNI because it's kind of like omniscient, like the godly, like overlooking figure over Lizzeth's character. And it's basically a scary kind of mood because I really I'm into like supernaturals and just scary topics in general. And so, yeah.
And then Lizzeth, do you want to mention maybe like what made you interested in OMNI and being a part of it, or like what were some thoughts in regards to like being the role in OMNI as well?
Yeah, so when Lawrence reached out to me, I immediately just said yes. Acting is like a passion of mine, so I try to do it as much as I can. And so I obviously wanted to help Lawrence in his project, so I did it. And it was new for me too, but I enjoyed doing it as well. Yeah, it was nice working with a friend. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and have us start the recording. I'll go ahead and mute myself as well so we don't get any background audio or anything, but let's go ahead and get this show started.
Who's there? I just got here. I'm going to the coffee shop for now. I'll talk to you later.
Yay! Thank you all so much for sharing that. I will not lie, the first time I saw this, I didn't know it was supposed to be, so kudos on the acting. Yay, awesome. Thank you all so much for sharing that. Lawrence, I know you did share another video that you wanted to share with us that it was named Club Activity. Did you want to talk a little bit more about that project?
Yeah, so in high school, I remember everyone was joining clubs like tennis and sports and stuff like that. And I didn't have a knack for sports. So then when I was presented this opportunity as like to be an adventure club, which is a club where we're partnered with a nonprofit organization called Outdoor Outreach, where they take high school students to go do outings and they teach us how to surf, mountain bike, mountain climb, and stuff like that. And so I wanted to take that opportunity and really like boost it to the next level. And so I was the president and also the videographer, photographer, and social media manager for Adventure Club. And what started these Adventure Club videos is that I've always had a passion for filmmaking and just videography in general, that I told myself, like, hey, we're going to these cool adventures and like these high school students that probably haven't done any of these activities at all, like in their lives. So why not document it and make it into something fun? And so this video that you're about to share right now is a video that I compiled most of the adventures that we've gone throughout sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school. And I also had the opportunity of sharing that with my dear friend Lizzeth, because we've been friends since high school. And so I thought that was such a cool experience.
Yeah, awesome. I did spot Lizette there. I was like, what? Who's that? Yay, awesome. So we can go ahead and share that video as well. Just give me 1 second so I can cue it up. Taking a while for me to load. Lizette, do you have the video available by any chance?
I have it open. I can do it.
We can do that. Just in case. Awesome.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I left it all at home today. You can call me what you wanna, I ain't giving you $1 this time. I ain't gonna run away. You might knock me down, you might knock me down, but I will get back up again. You can call it how you wanna, I ain't giving you $1 this time. I ain't gonna run away. This time, I ain't gonna run, not this time. Not this time. This time I ain't gonna run, not this time. Trying to be funny, but I left it all at home today. You can tell me what you wanna, I ain't giving you $1 this time. I ain't gonna run away. You might knock me down, you might knock me down, but I will get back up again. You can call it how you wanna, I ain't giving you $1 this time. I ain't gonna run away. This time, I ain't gonna run, not this time. Not this time. This time I ain't gonna run, nothing.
Wow, that was so cool. You all were such active high schoolers. Oh my goodness. And that's so cool that like a lot of those places like La Jolla and like a lot of the cliffs and hiking and stuff, that's all like local San Diego activities that you can do, or at least relatively close to, you know, the South San Diego community. So that's really awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Lawrence. Yay. Well, those are our two recorded performances that we have. And now I wanted to know if we could switch gears and do a real quick Q&A just to have our viewers also get to know you all a little more. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you all just a couple of questions. You can share as much as you'd like or as little as you'd like as well. So my first question for you all is, what made you all start performing, whether that's like either in theater or like video editing and production and things like that? Like what really got you started into that passion of yours? And then Lizzeth, or would you like to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. I think it all started in 8th grade for me. I believe it was in my Spanish class, we had to make like a short film. And I remember I was plainly male and I had to like act in front of the camera. And like in that moment, I knew that I loved being in front of the camera. Like I loved acting. Also coming from like, you know, I can sometimes be timid and shy, and acting was kind of like an escape for me. It like all my fears just simply like went away when I was just like acting. And yeah, from like 8th grade, it all started. And junior year of high school, I decided to go to UCLA for a summer performance program, and it was amazing. And I knew from that moment too that acting was something that I really wanted to pursue. And now I'm here at UCSD as a theater major. And so yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Lawrence, would you like to go next?
Yeah. So for me, videography started so long ago. I've always watched a ton of movies as a child, and it wasn't until high school that I realized, like, hey, like, why don't I do this for a living, or at least like study in college? And I was super into like the supernatural and like the otherworldly, because I thought just the um, combination between fiction and nonfiction, both in films and like videography in general, is super cool. And so I started doing those adventure videos, which I guess kicked off and like spearheaded everything else that was going on. Um, and which was cool because it also led into advocacy work. We were able to.
Lawrence, I think I may have lost your audio. I'm not sure if it's just me or.
Oh wait, hello.
There we go. Got you back.
Oh my. Okay. Um, this Zoom is so confusing. I'm sure it's safe for everyone. um, okay,
Everyone
so
can understand that last part.
so videography started for me way long ago, like so long ago. I was always an avid movie watcher, and so watching those movies made me realize, not until high school, I told myself, hey, like, why not like make something fun out of it, or at least like study in college and go on with that. And so I think those adventure videos that were shown were essentially the spearhead of my videography hobby slash passion, which also led to other great things like advocacy. We were able to speak to some of our local San Diego politicians here in the San Diego Administration Center near Waterfront Park, which was great because we were able to pass AB 250, which led organizations such as Wild Coast or Costa Salvaje and Outdoor Outreach to have Southeast San Diego kids um, to go out and have public transportation that's will lead them to like activities such as surfing or just mountain biking, because we aren't exposed to that much activities in Southeast San Diego. And so I ended up working for Outdoor Outreach, which also helped with my videography career or just passion in general. And that continued on to me taking it as a major in UCSD. And so, yeah.
That is super, super awesome. Thank you all so much for sharing. My next question for you all is more of like learning, like where do you all draw your inspiration from? I know you all mentioned a little bit, like I know Lawrence, you said you're into a lot of like that supernatural and like the beyond and all of that, and like also nature and advocacy. But maybe if there's any like writers, artists, activists, any other like public figures that may be inspired, like either your style or like the work that you really like doing or anything like that. And then Lawrence, would you like to maybe continue on that thought?
Yeah. So off the top of my head, I can think of I don't know, stereotypical, but also great directors and producers is Steven Spielberg from his movies. For example, Ready Player One consists of both fiction and nonfiction, or fiction and reality combining together. And so that's what I guess inspired me to have that genre consistent in my video works. Also, I wouldn't forget to mention like all the other kids that I helped with advocacy work. I think they were like super inspiring when talking to like these big corporations during our advocacy works, which I think really like says something a lot about the kids in Southeast San Diego. Like we aren't exposed to much, but we deserve more than that.
Definitely, definitely. Lizzeth?
Well, for me, I guess as an actress, I guess right now I'm still like in the works of seeing like what category I would want to do like for future films. As I was helping Lawrence, this was like my first time doing something like a thriller horror film. And so I'm more of like a person who likes to watch action and adventure thrillers and some horror films. So I think it was really nice like helping him with this project. But I don't know, I'm inspired by many like actors and actresses. I can mention some like Tom Hanks, Robert Downey Jr., Gina Rodriguez, Isabella Monet. There's just like so many actors out there that are just like I can just watch any movie and I'm inspired by them. But yeah, I think I'm still like in that path of seeing like what I'm more into.
Can I mention that like whenever I think of any film I want to do or there's any video, Lizzeth is the first one I go to. And they're like, hey, do you want to like, come act for me?
Definitely. You have your network of folks. You have your network of folks, and like they're like the people that you reach out to on the first one. And obviously, like you all know each other for like such a long time. Like having that friendship, I'm sure helps like with the project development as well. So thank you all so much for sharing. The next question I had for you all is, do you feel like your passion either in theater or like video production and editing and all of that has helped you or impacted your journey at UC San Diego? And if so, how? Whichever one of you would like to go first.
Would you like to go first, Lizzeth?
Sure. I think like my major, like being a theater major, really like had a huge impact on me, like coming here to UC San Diego. I will admit, at first, I was like kind of hesitant on coming here, just because I feel like it's just like a STEM school, and I yeah. But anyways, just being here, I like it has like a good program, a good theater program, and I felt like accepted here, and I've learned so much. And like being like a theater major kind of had an impact on myself as a student, of like reaching out and like trying like new like opportunities that are given to me. And as I said, like acting helps, like it kind of like takes all like my fears and worries away. Um, and so I feel like theater so far has had like a very huge impact on me at UC San Diego, where like I've taken so many opportunities that before I probably wouldn't have. And I've auditioned to like some small like plays, and it's just something that like the film industry is very competitive, so like you just got to keep on going and not giving up. So I've learned that, and yeah, so far being here at UC San Diego, I'm loving it, and yeah, I'm like excited for new opportunities to come my way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Lawrence?
So for my end, I thought UCSD has greatly impacted me in my journey through my passion of videography. I was exposed to a lot of new equipment that I really wasn't prepared for, I guess. Technology is very hard. But furthermore, I think I could have more opportunities be presented to me if I had taken them. Like I remember at least 2 or 3 professors, most of them are in the SIO department, who have asked me like at the end of the quarter, like, hey, like I know your major is in media, like maybe you can like do us a video for like SIO. And I've always said no, which I kind of regret, but you know, priorities. As a student, we're very much busy, but I feel like there is more opportunities to come, even though I'm already in 3rd year. But yeah.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for sharing. And my last question for you all, what are some helpful tips or words of wisdom that you give to somebody who's going to be looking into either being part of a performing art or visual art, or just trying to explore that artistic side? And then whoever would like to go first.
I'll go. I feel like the big one, especially that's like in the arts area and like the film industry, it's like just you can't give up, like, and also like not be too hard on yourself. It's very competitive. I've learned that too, and there were moments where I wanted to give up, but I just kept like moving forward. And honestly, many like it just don't give up, and like you can do it, and just continue to work hard. And honestly, like what's meant for you will come to you. And yeah, don't give up.
I would also say the same thing, is to not give up. But the main thing that pops up in my head is to keep your hobbies and keep your passion to yourself. It can be really, really easy to compare yourself to other people, especially going to UCSD, which is based off like STEM programs. And if you're majoring in the arts department, it's kind of like, it's easy to think like, hey, like, well, am I working as hard as these people? Like if I'm just doing like these artsy, sorry, if I'm just doing these like artsy videos, but yeah, I just say like keep your passion and like keep your hobbies, and don't compare yourself to other people, because everyone is going through a different educational journey.
Mhm. Definitely. Thank you all so much for sharing that. And I'm sure that a lot of like either our viewers or our future students would appreciate just like those words of encouragement, and maybe that'll push them to maybe like exploring that side of themselves as well. Well, that brings us to the end of our performance and our Q&A for today. I'm sure we've had quite a couple of people who are now fans of future actress and future director producer. Thank you all so much for joining me for this first performance. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm sure a lot of our viewers also appreciate it. Thank you so much for everyone as well who tuned in for our live performance. We really appreciate it. If you would ever like to maybe contact Lizzeth or Lawrence, please feel free to contact the CASP office. Obviously, like we appreciate Lizzeth and the ESD community and the San Diego community. So if you'd like to reach out to them, please feel free to let us know and we can get you all in contact. But other than that, keep an eye out for all of our other future performances. We have a lot in store for the rest of the week. And again, thank you all so much for joining us. Lizzeth, Lawrence, any last words before we end our stream for today?
No, just thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, also thank you as well for the opportunity. And for anyone who's watching, just do it. Just go for it. Whatever you're thinking, just go for it. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and end our live stream for today. Again, thank you all so much for everyone who joined us, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.